Thank you for joining me for this tutorial, Introduction to Security. Security in Servoy is based on a users and groups scheme, and you can create those users and groups manually, or you can also use a third-party plugin from IT2B to support LDAP and Active Directory. You can also limit data access to tables, you can hide and disable named objects and forms, and you can, of course, make your own custom security as well. To see how it works, let's pop over to Servoy Developer. Here I've created a simple solution called Intro to Security, and I've made a form and opened it up in the designer. So let's start by going over here to the Security node and adding our users and groups. So I'm going to right-click and say Edit Users and Groups, and then I'm going to create a new group. I'm going to call the group Users. So create the new group here, and there you go. Now I'm going to make a couple of users. I'm going to make Bob, click the new user. I'm going to set his password to Bob, and I'm going to make another new user here, Tom. Click the new user button, set his password to Tom. And now what I can do is I can assign users to groups. So here, by checking this checkbox, Bob is going to be assigned to the administrators group, and then Tom is going to be assigned to the users group. So click the Save button, and we're all set. Coming back over here to the customers form, I've given a name to this field. It's called Field Company Name, and to this label called Label Company Name. I just simply went to the name property and filled it out. Now I can come down here to the Security tab, and I see my groups, administrators and users, and we see our named objects, Label Company Name and Field Company Name. And I can make those viewable and or accessible. Viewable will hide them or show them. A check mark means they'll be shown. Accessible means that they won't be dimmed out. So if you uncheck the checkbox, they will be dimmed out. So for our user group, I want to make the field company name not accessible. So this will automatically dim it out. Now I need to save this customers. All right, so we've set up our users and groups, and now we're ready to take a look at how we can limit control to the data. So we're going to go up here to our database servers, and this customer form is based on the example data connection on the customers table. So I can just double click to open that. Now that it's open, I can come over here to the Security tab, and again I have my groups. So for administrators, I can say implicit, which means that they can do everything unless it's overridden by another module or some other process, or you manually go in and you disable the menu items, or you have some other kind of control on there like a button that you limit access to yourself. So for users, what we can say is explicitly. So that means that all users will not be able to read, write, insert, update, or delete if you uncheck one of these boxes. That means that they won't be able to read, insert, update, or delete any data at all from the customers table, not just for this form, but any customer data in this entire repository, not just for this one particular form. So use this with care. You can also programmatically script access. You can programmatically set all of these things as well. You can add users, add groups, add users to groups. Everything that we've done here through the GUI, you can also do programmatically as well. Well, that's about it. That's a real brief look at the built-in security inside of Servoy 4. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial.